You know, I'm connected with different players all across the world through highways and expressways and byways and overpass and underpass. You know, I'm talking about the slab, partner. But down here in these backwoods, I ride gravel roads in these backwoods, dodging potholes. The beer smells like pine. Blaze it one more time. Call up my niggas Kane and serve kilo. Let's hit the studio. I got hydro to blow. Be at the door in about 30. Partner, place your bet. Burning up these bow ties. Headed up 78 West. We don't need but an hour. I'ma lay this shit down. Let's load the hog up, dog, and get the fuck out of town. Let's hit 55 South, partner, to New Orleans. Hell yeah, I got the hooker, man. This shit's on me. Where I'm from, we call them
Mic check, mic check. It's your boy, DuvSac. Welcome to the episode 4 of Reform, the podcast. And we live from the YB Mad Studios, YB Mad Business Complex, 270 North, Ida B. Wells Street, baby. 270 North, Ida B. Wells Street. You know what I'm talking about? Hollis Springs, Mississippi. That's where we coming from live. You know? Episode 4 of Hood Reform, the podcast. We coming live. I've been missing a couple of days. I do apologize. We were getting all the technical things out the way and getting ready to bring y'all this podcast each and every day. Like we still working the kinks out with this music. The volume to me is still too loud. Yeah, there we go. We might have a special guest this evening. My vice president, my road dog, y'all next sheriff from Marshall County, Antoine G. Lester. G-Ball is what I call him. Might be joining in with me this evening. I hope everybody's doing well on this wet, rainy, hot night in the metropolitan city of Hollis Springs, in the great state of Mississippi. I hope everybody's doing well. It's an honor and a privilege for me to be here with you guys. God has set aside another day, and I'm still here with you on top of the ground. Dirt ain't in my face, you know. But once again, you are live. Hood Reform, the podcast. We started working on our kinks, getting everything ready, getting everything aboard and decent in order. Yes, indeed. I want to take the time out right now to inform the county and all those that are listening to me and the sound of my voice that Election Day 2022, November the 8th, Tuesday, November the 8th, from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m., we will be having our election 2022. I know the treasurer, Madam Treasurer, Miss Rolanda Lester, is on the ballot for Hollis Springs School District School Board. We'll make sure to encourage everybody to go out and cast your vote. No doubt, Election Day 2022, November 8th, from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. I would think all the polls will be open. Like it's a county-wide election, I would think all the polls will be open. No doubt. Well, it's your boy DuvSac, and y'all know what I'm coming to y'all on. You watch the podcast, episode 1, 2, 3. You heard me speak on these two issues, and let's get them on the screen, strolling across the screen. Issue 1: we must ask the Board of Aldermen, when can we expect them to elect new school board selections? It's that time, you know. Speaking of the election, in our last week meeting, I brought up to the branch that I thought what to me would be opportune time for them to pick their new board members, whoever time it is to rotate off the board. I would think the opportune time would be this month, leading up to the November 8th election. So when we, the voters, pick our school board member to represent the county children, the Board of Aldermen should or could be picking the city choices for the school board. It's just a thought. We discussed it the other night in our last monthly meeting. Everybody thought that was a good idea. So I want to encourage everybody right now to call your alderman. If you're in Ward 1 through 4, make sure you call your alderman. And citywide can call the alderman at large and the mayor and ask them, when can we expect the aldermen to pick school board members for Holly Springs School District? It's about that time. Second issue we're discussing tonight on Who Reform the Podcast. We must hold the mayor and the board accountable for the 1% sales tax coming in for Parks and Rec. Now, I had a couple of dear friends and ministers and quite a few people that asked me over last weekend and over the last week, explain that 1% sales tax thing. And it's simple, folks. We add 2% sales tax to all prepared food and lodging. Prepared food and lodging. That's all the fast food restaurants in town, especially on the south side off that exit. That's considered tourism. And all the lodging is considered tourism. So there's a 2% sales tax that's added to all purchases for prepared food and lodging. Now, the state turned around and sent us that 2% back to the city. The city transferred 1% of that to tourism. 1% is kept for Parks and Recs. That's how simple it is, guys. That's how simple it is. And our question is to the mayor and the board is, why haven't we seen comprehensive plans and budgets for the Parks and Recs? Now, if you can remember, a couple of months back, the mayor asked the board to transfer $300K from a general fund or some account over to Parks and Rec. The only reason they didn't transfer the money is because they wanted an itemized sheet, an itemized list of what the $300K would be spent on. That's how simple this stuff is, y'all. You know, the mayor has attempted to do the right thing. She asked the board to transfer $300,000 to Parks and Rec. Everybody in town knows it's needed. They asked for an itemized sheet. That was back when I was out of town, back in March or April. How long does it take to come up with an itemized list so we can transfer the money? Now, that's besides the point. That's what she asked for that we are already sitting on. We talk about 1% sales tax coming in every month. Every month, 1% sales tax is coming in, at least minimum. Look at the agenda. Every Monday, every other Monday, when the mayor posts the agenda, the amount that we are transferring to tourism, I think it'd be 3 transfers. One be like $1,500, $1,700. One be like $14,000, and the other be another $2,000, $2,100. So the minimum we get every month for Parks and Recs is $14K. She asked to transfer $300K. Now, I just imagine these 14 or 15Ks are adding up every month, adding to that $300K. Why are our children being deprived of Parks and Recs? We should have the best Parks and Recs in the North Mississippi. When you think about it, we should have the best Parks and Recs. Now, I'm kind of calm tonight. I'm not all in my feelings or energetic. And I'm thinking consciously. I'm trying to appeal to the conscious and the heart of the mayor and the board. I don't like one bit getting on live or getting on this podcast, and my topic for the first 7 days of my new venture is redressing the board and the mayor on 2 topics about our children, y'all. Do y'all lack the will? Do y'all lack the desire to do something for these children of Holly Springs? Now we got 3 parts. Sam Cooperwood Park, Henley Park, Ida B. Well Park. We need to spend money in all three of those parks. Those parks should be up to date for our children. Safety, recreation, and having some fun. Extracurricular activities. Tutoring at the mud tie. Computer classes at the mud tie. T-ball, basketball, football, volleyball. Man, my mind just sit here and just wonder and think, why? After a year and 3 months, why can't the board and the mayor come up with comprehensive plans for our children? I said in I think episode 1 or 2, do y'all realize if y'all came up with a solid plan for parks and recs, things for our children to do, quality, safe, y'all probably get reelected with no problem. It's like y'all shooting yourselves in the foot. You saying we being messy. You saying we're not giving you the opportunity. We gave you a year and 3 months. They're giving y'all a year and 3 months. So I'm not prejudiced. I'm not judging you guys before the fact. I'm judging you on your actions. In this past year and 3 months, I'm passing judgment. So, and before I try not to pass judgment, because I fall short of God's mercy too, and His glory. I'm a sinner. But I'm not in position of making those decisions. I'm not in position of power. I'm going to take a moment break real quick just to remind y'all again, the Election Day 2022 is coming up November the 8th from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. I expect all the polls to be open since it's like a county-wide election because we're voting for judges, school board members, prosecutors alike. Yeah, I saw some things on the sample ballot I didn't even know was on the ballot. So we got to constantly educate ourselves. And if y'all just go to my Facebook page or go to the NAACP page on Facebook, I will be posting a sample ballot. Just make sure you exercise your right to vote. Go to the polls and vote for your candidate of choice. I'm sure you know who mine are for this election. Membership has its privileges, and family is first. But I want to encourage everybody to go out and plan the early vote, absentee vote. You in those states and cities where you can vote early. The laws don't make you come in there and lie to them. Here in Holly Springs, for some odd reason, we say we progressive, but it's 2022 and we still can't register online, vote early. They make citizens of Holly Springs and Marshall County come in the courthouse and lie. Say you got something to do just so you can vote early. Go and get it over with. Exercise your right. It's sad. But Election Day 2022, November the 8th, Tuesday, November the 8th. Coming up from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. You can make sure you leave work early, plan to leave work early, plan to vote while you're on your lunch break if you work here in town locally. I just want to encourage everybody to go out and cast your vote. And I want to make a small reminder. According to the circuit clerk, when I asked her at Stop the Violence on the square, rally and concert, I asked her, how many registered voters do we have in the county of Marshall? If I'm not mistaken, she said 24,000. 23, roughly 24,000. Only 25 to 3,000 people vote, y'all. Now that's a crime and a shame. Black people, white people, Mexicans, Arab, That's a sad thing, voters of Marshall County. And we just had a voter registration drive last Thursday trying to encourage our young voters that rush to register and vote in Marshall County while they're here for their 4 years. Now, on the live podcast, Hood Reform, I want to try to encourage all the registered voters of Marshall County. 24,000. If we want to send a black senator to Congress, 24,000. We want to send a black U.S. representative to Washington, 24,000. Poor working class people of Mississippi. If we want to paint the state capitol blue, 24,000 just alone here in Marshall County. Not voting. We leaving 21,000 on the table. Now, to all my hustlers out there, all my people who do numbers, would you leave $21,000 on the table? You got 24,000. You only gonna use 22 to 3,000 every time. You gonna just all you want. All you gonna cash out at 2,100, 3,000. You gonna leave $21,000 on the table. Stop, voters. I want to encourage y'all, man, from 18 to 32 year old. Y'all have the election by the ball. It's more 18 to 32 year old voters than it is 35 to 75 year old voters. Come on, young people, young voters. I'm trying to encourage y'all. November 8th, go out and cast your vote. It's just that simple. The whole process takes about 10 minutes. You back on with your day. You understand me? Once again, you're live on the Hood Reform Podcast, hosted by yours truly, DuvSac-speaks. And I want to take a moment for the calls right now and just send some things across the screen, across the ticker. Testify. My first album ever recorded on cassette has now been re-digitally mastered and on all music platforms. Testify. My first cassette, EP. Y'all remember Testify? Who's the Villain? Huh? Ghost Faces. Feel My Pain. First cassette, now re-digital mastered on all music platforms. Testify. Also this week, we put up in honor of the Million Man March anniversary that's coming up on this Sunday. I just released Back from D.C., Million Man March from 1995. The EP, but I added some bonus tracks on there. So now that EP is not an album. I think we got about 12 songs on that album. Back from DC, Million Man March anniversary throwback album is available now on all music platforms. The Million Man March anniversary is this Sunday, October the 16th, a holy day of atonement. Let me speak on that real briefly. As you know, you live on Hood Reform. Now, Hood Reform is the 2022 version of Testify. Hood Reform, the album, is the 2022 version of Back from DC. See, back in 93, I lost my mind. I fell in love with getting high. I was over in Memphis, kicking with those ballers over there in high school in North Memphis. And I kind of, got sidetracked and lost my mind, I became DuvSac. And 95 came up and I was looking for a savior. I was looking for the answers. I've been searching for God my whole life, So 95 came up and Million Man March came up and I was just reading up on it. And I heard the Minister Farrakhan saying that it was a holy day of atonement. That caught my attention. Now, in the spirit of the Million Man March, that's Hood Reform, atonement. You asking God, we as black men, for those who wonder why we went, what was the purpose of going? We got nothing from it. Yes, we did. We didn't go asking the government for anything. We didn't go asking our former slave masters for anything. We didn't ask for no apology. We wasn't asking for reparation in a sense. We went to the Million Man March in 95, Holy Day of Atonement, to ask God to forgive us, black men, for what we was doing wrong, for what we was doing to the hood, for what we was doing to ourselves. I repented that day, asked God to forgive me and asked him to guide me, govern my tongue, and bless my actions. And I've been a different man ever since. So since 95, I've been trying to reform the hood. Before 95, I was trying to reform the hood. I was trying to reform our mind, our mentality. So here it is, 2022. I dropped the album Hood Reform in 2021 after COVID in 2020 because God gave us an opportunity to shut it all down and hit reset. He shut the world down. I'm talking about from politics to religion to our leisure time, going to the clubs, going to the bars, to going on cruises and things, vacation. He shut all that down, giving us, his children, a chance to hit reset. So that's what hood reform means to me. We got to take accountability for the things we doing in the hood, especially us black men. Black men, listen to me. We're at war. We're on war on every front. We need to stand up and be better men. Somehow block out social media, block out society, and all their rhetoric, all their diagnosis of us. That black men is this, black men are this, black men don't do this, black men, hey, black men, let's change our mind frame, let's reform our mind, renew our spirit, and take back control of our communities. Take back control of the black family. You losing the family, brothers. My son sent me a disturbing text the other day. I didn't reply to him because I prayed for him and realized he was in his feelings, and he was just expressing himself to me, basically telling me how he felt. Son, I love you. Lean heavy on God when you're in when you're in your feelings like that. He'll guide you through it. Give me a call whenever you want to talk. I just had to take that moment to say that. Because we need reform in the hood, bro. Listen here. We got to reform ourselves. We got to get a close relationship with God. We got to take back control of our health. Black men, let's go to the doctor, man. I went to the doctor this year. More than I ever been in my life. I got no high blood pressure, no diabetes, no illnesses. I needed a B12 shot. They said I was I needed B12 vitamins in it. That's all they found. But that was my first time going for a full checkup, probably in my life, So I want to encourage black men, that's a part of hood reform. Step one, find a close relationship with God. Part B of one, we got to reform our health. We got to take back control of our health. We eat bad food, we're not exercising. Some of us out here smoking, drinking, popping pills, smoking powder, drinking alcohol, drinking liquor. Bro, we need exercise. The temple of the body is not a machine. Even a machine, even your car, got to have the proper liquids in it. Need its proper maintenance. So we got to take care of our bodies, guys. Hood reform. But yeah, since 95, since I dropped back from DC, Holy Day of Atonement, I've been trying to reform the hood, reform myself, reform those around me. It's a day-to-day struggle, guys. Listen, brother. Hey, reforming yourself is a day-to-day struggle. We got these stiff necks, as the Bible says. You know what I'm saying? We prideful. You know what I'm talking about? And anything hurt our sensitive feelings. We're so sensitive to be men nowadays. You know what I'm talking about? But I just want to encourage the black men to stand up. Let's take back control of our communities. Let's govern, protect our communities. And let's stop being pimps, players, dope dealers, gang bangers. Let's be kings and queens and gods that we are, black people. Every race looking at us, hearing us saying Black Lives Matter. How do Black Lives matter when we killing each other daily? Daily. We taking each other out with no remorse. Whew, anyway, get off the topic. I'm never off topic when I'm talking hood reform, though. You know what I'm saying? Welcome to Hood Reform, the podcast. You're live with your boy DuvSac-speaks. I just brought to your attention that Testify is now out on all music platforms. Back from DC, the Million Man March is available on all music platforms. The album that I did in 2010, and I never really released it, worked hard on it, man. It was some good material on there. I brought out some new artists I worked with on there that I was very impressed with, but I was going through the transition in life at that time. So I never released the album, but It's a New Day. It's now available on all music platforms. Excuse me. It's a New Day is now available on all music platforms. Along with Testify, back from DC, the Million Man March, Salute, The Pledge, It's a New Day. All three albums are now on all music platforms. I'm talking about Apple Music, Spotify, YouTube Music. You know, you just Google it, man. Just Google me. You know, I'm internationally known. I'm just locally disrespected. Now, speaking of local, let's get back to the topic at hand. I want to encourage everybody who's watching this podcast, who's watching this live. You might not be on here now because I'm actually streaming from YouTube across the platforms of Facebook and Twitter. So you should be seeing this live, or you'll see it later as recorded video. But we're live on Hood Reform, the podcast. I want to encourage all the voters, all the parents of Holly Springs. Let's put pressure on the mayor and board. Let's put pressure on them like we was campaigning for them. You understand me? Let's put pressure on them the way we was out in the rain campaigning for them. You know what I'm talking about? 10 toes down. You know what I'm saying? We were 10 toes down in the rain campaigning for all of them. So let's get 10 toes down and put some pressure on them and ask them a simple question. When can we expect the board of all of them to pick new school board members? Hopefully in time to take the oath with the new school board member that the county children or the county parents elect. We learn the lesson come November 8th. I don't see why. It's a simple process. If y'all want some suggestions, the branch we sat around and threw some names around of some qualified candidates. We don't know if these candidates want the job or not, want the position or not, want the task or not, want the duty or not, want the responsibility or not. But there's some good people in the community that we feel like could be good nominees. So to all the aldermen, aldermen at large, the mayor, if y'all unsure of y'all picks or y'all nominees, who y'all considering, y'all recommendations, give us if you don't want to call me, you don't want to ask me, just find any strong member of the NAACP, 5310, and we'll tell you the same. We have some qualified people out here we have in mind. We need to revamp that school board so we can revamp the superintendent so we can revamp our school system. Now, I know there's a lot of mixed feelings out there, and I seem to speak boldly and unapologetically, and I do. Like I said on the last episode, we the citizens of Holly Springs and Marshall County, we doing our part. We holding down jobs, doing 12-hour shifts, 10-hour shifts, 6 days a week, 7 days a week, 40 plus hours, 50 plus hours to pay our taxes, to pay our high-ass utility bills, to pay our high-ass gas prices, to pay our high-ass tag prices, to pay our high-ass fines, to try to bond our kids out with these high-ass bonds when they get into mischief. We're doing our part. We just got to put pressure on those who we elect, on those who we entrust, for those who we select to govern us. We need to put more pressure on them. They, as the young folks used to say back in the 90s, they're getting away with the medicine. They live in house to house. The top brass or the top people in our administration is very heavy. What they mean by heavy, they mean they got big salaries. I've been trying to tell the administration for the last 15 years that blueprint not gonna work much longer. You see how agitated people get? How agitated everybody's being right now with the high light bill, the high tags, the high taxes, high property taxes. People getting agitated. Why? It don't make sense. We paying top tier prices for everything, but get mediocrity services. Hospital, we can't deliver a baby. Ambulance service take 40 to 50 minutes to get there. I want to take the time out to salute our five. Our firemen do a great job of service in this community. I must say that. I have watched them over the years. That's the one department that seems to function properly. Salute to Brother Rodney Crane, Captain Rodney Crane. All Rodneys, we some fire. So it's only right that he's doing right because his name Rodney. But anyway, Chief Rodney Crane and the firemen over there at the Holly Springs Fire Department, I want to salute you guys. You know what I'm talking about? And I had a first-hand experience with you guys. Like I mentioned on the last episode, I had an episode back this time last year where I passed out. Matter of fact, next week will be a week. It'll be a year. But I lost consciousness. And the fire department was here in about 5 to 7 minutes. But the ambulance took about an hour and a half. That's poor service. That's piss poor service. So we want to encourage the Board of Aldermen to go on and pick the new school board selection as we vote for our choice in the November 8th election. And hopefully, after November, we'll have a brand new board. And by the first of the year, we'll have a brand new superintendent. And in the next 3 to 4 years, we can look for a turnaround in our high school and education for our children. Secondly, just like we had that pressure on us to stand in the rain, campaign, everybody that's up there, we got to hold the mayor and the board accountable for that 1% sales tax that's coming in every month for our children, Parks and Rec. We got to put pressure on that, y'all. I'm thinking about getting T-shirts made. Where's the 1%? Where's the money? I'm talking about. We got to stand on this, y'all. Blacks, whites, Mexicans, Arabs, everybody who got children in the school system got children growing up in this community. They gonna have kids. So you're gonna have grandkids walking around here, running around here real soon. We got to put pressure on this man board, like our children. Future depend on it because it does. That's how serious this thing is. We can't keep playing with them. They want to know why we so agitated. President Douglas said, agitate. They want to know why we causing so much problem. Man, we tired. We've been going through the same system, same rules, same no services since Mel Lee Smith, the Honorable Mel Lee Smith, passed away. I'm sorry, Andre. I'm sorry, Buck. Y'all ain't do nothing. I told both of you guys. They both came to me when I had the orange building out there by Old Sunbeam, right by the brick shop. They both came out there asking for my support. I'm just being honest. And I told both of them, candidly, in their face, I'm going to tell the people to pick their poison. Because at that time, Buck was our state representative and Andre was our mayor. I told both of them candidly, unapologetically in their face, I'm going to suggest anybody who listens to me to pick your poison. Why? Because you failed us locally, Andre. And Buck, you failed us at the state level. What do we get? The whole time you was down there, what do we get? You and Andre and y'all mad this made us lose the new hospital. Y'all gentlemen didn't do anything. Andre, you inherited a city on the move. But you sat there and let that stagnated board say nay, wouldn't be progressive, didn't want change, and didn't tell the people. So we couldn't rally behind you. You didn't get us engaged. Okay, hey, nowhere in history was all the citizens, especially the youth, engaged in the voting process. The adults had to get them engaged. People who knew the importance of it had to get the people engaged, Andre. You should have got us engaged. Buck, you inherited the city. You didn't do nothing with it. Sit around here with your clique and try to throw concerts, get money. That shit fell apart. Painted the street, put some paint on the streets. Brought a couple of clinics to town. Still nobody else can deliver babies. Still know where we can go and get a colonoscopy. Still know where we can go and get some iron transfusion. Still nowhere in this county that can save our lives. Election day 2022 coming up, bro. I wish it was the county election. So we gotta do something about these board of supervisors. We gotta change this county, man. It's just as well as we try to change each city. Potts Camp, Holly Springs, Bahia, Slade, all the townships. If we change the cities and the townships, we're gonna eventually change the county. But we can go straight to the source and change the board of supervisors next year. And the sheriff, and the clerk, and the tax collector. Everybody go. If we're gonna suffer and take baby steps, we might well do that with some people who's fresh and new, with a new vision, trying some new shit. We cannot continue to do the same thing with the same people, expecting a different result. That means we insane and they insane too. Once again, you alive. It's yours truly, DuvSac. I hope everybody's doing well on this rainy, wet hunt night here in Holly Springs. They said the rain was going to stop at 10:04 this evening. The most meteorologists normally be right on time, right on it. So it sounds like the rain will stop. I'm here at YB Man's Business Complex. To all my clients, Lomo is back on deck. It's available by the jars and the cases, wholesale and all. To all the booze and barbershops that need some Lomo, please reach out and let me know. If not, I'll be contacting you, dropping in, or sending it to you by mail real soon. That's Lomo hair oil, the best hair oil on the planet, baby. We oil up with it. Our bodies, we use it for hair and body. That's how long, we've been using it. Know what it's for, know what it's good for. Hey, I got my partner over in Memphis, work at Divine Hair. He's a DuvSac. Just tell him it works. Whatever you need it to do, it works. So it's the best hair oil on the planet, baby. Lomo hair oil. We back on deck. 270 North Ida B. Wells Street, formerly known as North Memphis Street. Y'all see what I'm getting at. We're going to get on that topic real soon, but we ain't going to switch topics. We're going to stay on Board of Aldermen, Mayor of the Board of Aldermen. When can we expect you guys to pick new school board members? Hopefully it's in time, a timely frame, that as we, the voters, vote and pick our one school board member that the county parents pick, the county voters pick. Hopefully in a timely fashion, the Board of Aldermen will have their new selections going in as well. Number 2, we got to hold the mayor accountable. We got to hold the Board of Aldermen accountable for that 1% sales tax that's coming in for parks and recs. That's important, guys. I'm not saying corruption is in effect. I'm simply saying services and justice delayed is services and justice denied. How can we possibly be sitting on $300,000 or more? And the reason I say or more, because she asked for $300,000 and $15,000 be coming in every month. So $300,000 plus is somewhere in some account, not drawing interest, not being invested into the city, not being invested into our children. not being invested into our children's future, just sitting in some camps, and they call themselves good stewards of the people's money. Well, I don't know what you call a good steward. And I constantly hear the phrase, me and brother Keith always say this, I always talk about this, the general. I always talk about this. We're going to do things decent in order, according to whose standard of decency? Because apparently I don't know what decent is. And I definitely don't know what in order is. Because ain't nothing be in order around here. Until it's time for you to pay. Until it's time for you to get cut off. Until it's time for them to collect. Oh, that's in order. And it's time for the police to pick you up for a warrant. You got a bench warrant. You got some fines. Oh, yeah, that's in order. Collect the money so they can get their money. That's the only thing working properly around here in Marshall. Is them getting their money from us. The system getting their money from us is the only thing working properly. You know what I'm talking about? Once again, you're live on the podcast Hood Reform. And we all know we need reform in the hood. But we look in the mirror. We always say, I could do for a little reform. I don't care if it's just your mean attitude, your hateful attitude, your stiff neck and pride, huh? Your addiction. Man, I said in some of my lyrics one day, man, if I die today, promise me this. You'll control every addiction you got and keep getting money, homie. You got to control them addictions. And right now, I think we're a little bit out of control. We out of control. We out of control. Trying to live our best lives got us doing way too much. You understand me? Man, we around this junk. Everything you can take to alter the body and mind. Because anything you take, digest, that alters the body or mind is a drug. And we around here drugging like it ain't no tomorrow. We around here drugging and living life like ain't no tomorrow. And for those who think like that, call themselves Christians, Muslims, Jews, how can you feel that way when God made you a promise to give you 70 years? You just got to do right. You got to live right. Exercise. Treat your brother and sister right. And most treat the least of these with some kindness. With some kindness. Me and my homies were talking the other day, over the weekend. Brother Rodney, he said, man, the average black person, I'm going to expand upon that, hot rod, and say the average working class person, the average working class family, is only got $500 worth of problems. See, the system haven't allowed us to get too overwhelmed with debt. They tell you can't qualify, you can't get there, you can't get there, you can't get there, you can't get there. So, the average person or the average family is $500 to $1,000 worth of problems. That's it. $500 to $1,000 come out the blue, and you need it. That's the most expensive problem we're gonna have as a working class American. But it's so hard for some of us and most of us to work 40 plus hours a week and save $500 to $1,000. Real shit. You know what I'm saying? Y'all might not want to believe that harsh reality, but it's true. Especially when you out there living your best life. When you out there on every drug known to mankind. Chasing the high. Man, we need hood reform. We need reform. And I'm coming from my heart, bro. I'm trying to reach the consciousness and the heart, the soul of our elected officials and each one of my fellow Holly Springs. Each voter, each taxpayer. I'm trying to reach your heart and your consciousness, man. Hey, I ain't doing this for the likes and the views. I've been DuvSac. Y'all know me. I ain't doing this for no clap. Clap. See how they think? See how people think? Check my records. Check my history, bro. I can go all the way back to the 5th, 6th grade, man. Ask my classmates, man. This ain't no act. This is authentic. This is genuine. DUVSSC DuvSac, baby. Divine unity versus scandals against Christ. I've been like this. You want to be mad at somebody, be mad at God. I'm going to ask you one question. Why be mad? Ha! Why be mad, baby? Why hate young blacks making a difference? See what I'm talking about? I wasn't just chasing money, man. I wasn't just chasing that bag, man. I wasn't just chasing tail, man. Money and tail came along with it, man. I was trying to spread the word, man. Still now, you go listen to all my albums that's out there available on all music platforms and social media platforms right now. You know what I'm talking about? Everywhere you can get music at, I'm there, baby. Google me. But check it out when you Google me, man. I've been trying to reach my people since Testify. And you see I wasn't cocky, or arrogant, or boastful. I came out, first thing I said to my people was, I testify that I've been wrong and living wrong. God, please forgive. Man, the time now is 10:45. We got about 15 more minutes. We're live on Hood Reform, the podcast. As I say, I'm trying to keep it calm and collective. Episode 4. But we're gonna be consistent on our issues and our stands. Board of Aldermen, Mayor. When can we expect the Board of Aldermen to pick their new selection for the school board of Holly Springs Separate School District? Hopefully, y'all can do it in a timely fashion, a timely manner, and coincide with the voters of Marshall County as we vote for their school board members, represent the county parents, the county children that go to Holly Springs Separate School District. November 8th from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. It's a Tuesday. It's probably gonna be the first Tuesday of the month. So y'all will be conducting a meeting that day, that night, that evening at 5:30. And it'll be a beautiful thing. I am not trying to tell y'all how to do y'all job. I'm not trying to tell you what to do. I'm simply pleading with you guys. And just plant the thought, plant the seed. I hope that it manifests and grows and catch root. Listen, Board of Aldermen, listen, Mayor. The first Tuesday of November 8th, from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m., we the voters of Marshall County, the children is required to go to Holly Springs Separate School District. We'll be selecting our new board members. Vote, elected. Could y'all please, by that meeting, please, by that meeting, then selected y'all new board members also. Man, we just trying to do what's right for our children. We just know education is the foundation of any nation. Look at the results. Superintendent Wall. Look at these graduating classes out here. I'm not putting us down. But y'all know what I'm talking about. I'm an alumni. I'm a hawk through and through. I ain't questioning that. I never put you down. I'm trying to encourage you. But you know I ain't lying. I ain't lying. Come on, Miss Wall. Superintendent Wall. I know valedictorians. I know salutatorians. I know the best we have offered in the last 10, 20 years. I done talked to them. They struggled at the next level. And they were the best we had. They were the cream of our crop. We need a more rigorous, competitive, curriculum for our children. Point blank and period. I'm gonna put something else on y'all in that background music. Y'all listen to that road trip. That's off that backwoods CD. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, let me play something different. Yeah, y'all love that Still Rolling, huh? That Dada remix. Deacon, Percy Freeman does that. I'll play y'all a little bit of that, man. That's available on all music platforms right now too, man. You know what I'm talking about? And I know y'all heard that How Would I Know and that Faded Memories for months on WKRA 92.7 The Change. Man, both of those tracks is on all music platforms. There's Faded Memories and How Would I Know, brother. Y'all usually say you can't hear that. Man, let me turn it up a little bit for you. Okay. We still learning this thing. Yeah, we still learning this thing. Well, once again, we're live on the podcast, Who Reform episode 4. Coming to you live from the YB Mad Business Complex, 270 North Ida B. Wells Street, formerly known as 270 North Memphis Street. This is in the heart of the town, baby. I ain't lying. Historical Black Business District. You know, right across the street from historical sites of MI, historical HBCU, Russ College. That's where we located at, baby. In the heart, the soul of the town. I put myself on Front Street to try to motivate teams. You know what I'm talking about? Y'all out here talking about some poker machines. I don't even gamble. I ride with my homies every other weekend down to Tunica, the place they bet on NFL, and I don't even gamble, homie. It's just I work too hard for it just to get it away. You know what I'm talking about? Man, I've been a single parent with no assistant my whole adult life. You know what I'm talking about? Kids might not think that word shit though. You know what I'm talking about? You know, hey, look, young folks. For y'all to sit here and act like y'all ungrateful, or to sit here and act like you ain't appreciative of what you got, or always saying you wish you had more, or you think you grew up poor, or you think you didn't have enough clothes and enough shoes. You know what y'all saying to us as parents? We ain't shit. And you ain't proud of us. And you don't love yourself. Could that be one of our problems? I'm just saying, we need hood reform, baby. We need hood reform, we need gang reform. We cannot continue to tell the world Black Lives Matter when we out here killing each other at an alarming rate. Welcome to Hood Reform, the podcast, episode 4. Coming to you live and direct on this rainy, wet hump night. October the 12th? 2022, baby. Yeah. Once again, we're back live on the block. Lomo is on deck for all those who need some of that hair oil. Best hair oil on the planet. Lomo hair oil, baby. It's going to guarantee to eliminate any danger you got. It's going to give your hair a nice sheen and shine without all that build-up. I guarantee you, no build-up. All that old white stuff hanging up in your hair, you won't get that. Ladies, you can perm with it, flat iron with it. You can flat iron with it. You can press with it. You can lay your edges down with it. You know what I'm talking about? If your lips a little chapped, like I get sometimes, you can put that Lomo on them lips and they're going to shine and look sexy all day. You know what I'm talking about? Lomo hair oil, the best hair oil on the planet, baby. It's sponsored the new podcast, Hood Reform. Lomo is a proud sponsor. YB Man is a proud sponsor, baby, of Hood Reform, the podcast. Coming to you live each and every day from these backwoods of Mississippi, y'all. It's your boy, DuvSac. Speaking of that, meaning divine unity versus scandals against Christ. DuvSac. It don't mean a 20 sack of weed. A 20 sack of weed is dub sack. A dub. I am Dove. DuvSac DuvSac. That's why I always had to spell it. That's why I started spelling it. Because people had it confused but thinking I'm to call myself a DuvSac or a reefer. Nah, if I'm going to be some reefer home, I'm going to be the whole LB. You know what I'm talking about? I ain't going to call myself no 20 sack. If I'm going to call myself some weed, I'm the whole pound. I'm the whole bagada. You know what I'm talking about? But no, DuvSac is divine. It's an acronym. Stand for Divine Unity versus Scandals Against Christ. Why We Mad Records. It's an acronym. Stand for Why Hate Young Blacks Making a Difference. And here I am about to be 50 next month. And God say the same. And I still feel young until them knees start hurting. But I'm still trying to make a difference. Still trying to make a difference. In my family. In my community. Just all around the board, man. Life is short, y'all. Shout out to the Jeffries family. My prayers and my heart go out to you guys. All JJ loved ones, family and friends. Man, I was just with the brother the Sunday before he passed at the Old Palace watching the NFL game. He was in good spirit. We chopped it up like we chopping it up now. Like I chop it up all the time. He was just in good spirit, so I just want to give him a big shout out and let the family know I love you. My heart is with you. I myself know there's no words that one can say to you during this time, but we try. People try to just form in the best way you can to say the right thing at these times of grief. But I'm just going to say, hey, rely heavily on God and ask Him for the strength and guidance you're going to need to get through this, all right? Now, once again, it is now 10:55. We got about 5 minutes left on the podcast. It's your boy DuvSac, Reform, the podcast. And you know what we on here for. I told y'all this would be a good Christmas present, man. If the mayor and the board would just produce. Now, I know they're dragging their feet right now. I know they're somewhere. They done looked at the episode 1, 2, or 3. They're saying to themselves, he cocky, he bold, and how dare him think he can make us do our jobs. How dare him think he can put enough, he in the community, the voters, can put enough pressure on us to make us do something. How dare they think, as voters, as taxpayers, they can keep coming on these social medias and cause enough strife to make us do something for their children. How dare them? I know y'all got a conscience. I want to believe each and every one of you on the board is God-fearing men and women. What would Jesus do? I'm sick of them elite folks. Don't even consider them elites. I'm talking about what y'all gonna do for your children. It make no sense, Board of Alderman, Mayor. Board of Alderman. When can we expect y'all to pick y'all new school board members? Hopefully y'all do it by November the 8th, as the voters are picking that one member that we vote on. Y'all appoint 4 or 5, and we vote for one. Where the fairness and equality in that. But can y'all please select y'all new board members before November the 9th? Question 2. Well, issue 2. Citizens, taxpayers, mothers, fathers, aunts, uncles, grandparents, stand with us. Let's put pressure on the mayor and the board. The same way we stood out in the rain and campaigned for him, the same way we came out in the rain and voted for him. Let's put pressure on that mayor and that board, asking them, holding them accountable. Where's the 1% sales tax for parks and recs? Sometimes I just have to sit here and hear myself for 4 episodes repeat the same thing. I'm repeating for a reason. I'm not being redundant. I'm doing it for a reason. In mass communication, they taught me, people got to hear it and see it. If you hear it and see it 40 plus times a week, it becomes a habit. You'll like it, don't realize you like it. Or like it when you don't like it. So you got to hear it and see it. And it's sad that voters, the taxpayers, or advocates got to advocate for our children. When each one of them, I would think, I can't remember their platform because they ain't have one, but I'm thinking all of them mentioned lower utility bill. It's more for our children. Y'all know like I know, we ain't got damn one on from me. Once again, it's your boy DuvSac. I want to thank y'all again for tuning in. I want to thank you again for watching it. Like it, share it, subscribe to the channel on YouTube. Like and share it on Facebook and Twitter. We on Riding the Low on Facebook. We on Why Be Mad on Facebook. And we on Why Be Mad LLC on Facebook. We on DuvSac on Twitter. And we're on Why Be Mad LLC on YouTube. So we're simultaneously streaming across 5 different platforms, trying to get the word out, trying to get some light shed on this darkness down here in Marshall County. And once again, I love you. You're tuned in to Hood Reform. I'm going to run these tickets across the screen before I get out of here. Election Day 2022, November 8th from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. Testify is on all music platforms. Back from D.C. is on all music platforms. It's a New Day is on all music platforms. And I love you guys. Remember, Hood Reform. Parents are not supposed to bury their children. Children are supposed to bury their parents. That's not my way. That's God's way. I love you.